It's like a very anticlimactic because I used to play like countdown music, and that works
Uh-huh.
well if you're doing a like LinkedIn event. But
Uh-huh.
otherwise, people, they don't want like to wait 60 seconds for this dang video to start. So, how are you, Stacy?
Doing good. I'm so excited to be here with you. I think I told you when we first connected that I'm like binge watching all your stuff online at night. So it's exciting to be here with you, except I'm trying to find you again because I went into my group to like go live in there and then now I'm like losing the stream, but it's okay. I'll get there.
Oh,
It's
okay. Yeah. Because I was going to ask where did you stream to, but let's get some introductions out of the
okay.
way. So,
Sounds good.
hello, I'm Kristen Gutierrez. I am a coach who helps entrepreneurs like restack what they're currently selling and offer it for with more value for more money and
Mm.
change up the way they're selling it. And I'm so honored to be like stepping into helping others in a way that's just so fulfilling. But I'm also a best-selling author and I'm writing my second book. So that's super exciting for me. And I'm a keynote speaker and yada, yada, yada. Okay. So that's me. Tell us, Stacy, the amazing, tell us about you.
Thank you. I love that. That's so good. I'm so glad to just be in the space with you. So I'm Stacey Lauren. I have the Do the Thing podcast and also run the Do the Thing community, which has all these like sisters and brothers running around because I also help people build online communities. But my big thing is that I've been doing the last few years is like the cusp of everything is I've been testing this formula that I've discovered through all my podcast interviews that helps people go from overcoming challenges to success. And so I've been just spending a lot of time testing it on thousands of people through all kinds of things, from like the bucket list challenge to a dating challenge to our cocktail party challenge. And then now I'm doing my ultimate test of the formula, doing this like audience accelerator program. And so and then even the new baby one that I'm doing, which is the audience incubator. But yeah, it's just a continuous test of like what gets in people's way and how to help them overcome it. And it's all kind of like within this challenge framework. So
I love it. I love that so much. It's been such a pleasure getting to know you. Like, you come in and you're just like, oh, I can help you do this. And listen, it's not that people haven't tried the thing, right? To do the thing before. It's not like, for example, in the case of like setting up Facebook groups, it's not like we haven't tried to do that, but the strategies and the tactics that you create and like inspire others through leading the way is like truly transformational. So it has equally been a pleasure getting to know you and being in your circle of orbit now. But I also love that overcoming challenges, as you said, like this is something that is just, I talked on stages and did a lot of podcasts on overcoming imposter syndrome. So tell us from your perspective, like what gets in people's way, the people that you're called to help, like what's often standing in their way.
yeah, it's like it's honestly, it's kind of my gift is that I am just like naturally not good at things when I try them. So I have like flexed the muscle of like figuring stuff out and like not being good, because most people, they are like used to being good, and they're used to being perfect. And so that's what I've been able to really help most people do, is kind of like flex that perfection muscle and just kind of like get started. Like it's just getting it started, and then once it starts, then like you're able to, and this is where we connect, right? Is then you're able to like get into action. So then the momentum hits, which then once the momentum hits, you're good. You don't need motivation. You don't need anything. You're like on a roll, right? Until something like hits you where you're wondering what you're even doing something, which happened to me yesterday, but it happens. And then you go back in and you take another step and then another step. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh. I need to tell you something in a second, totally unrelated, but it is, our worlds intersect because I'm known as like the LFG queen, or like the girl who gets things done, and movement creates momentum. as you
Mhm.
said. And my whole book, second book, is Say Yes and Figure It Out, the perfect framework for taking massive, imperfect action, because that is it. Like our brain, we think that we're perfectionists, like you said, but that's
Mhm.
because we're comparing your 20 of our corporate job, to you, and we don't remember what it was like day one. We often aren't telling the stories from when we got started on this journey. We're telling a story from where we are now. And we tell ourselves that story when we go to try something new. And then we often get frustrated at ourselves because we're like, well, hold on. Like, why am I stuck here? Why am I not able to create momentum or progress for myself? I'm sure you talk a lot about progress. So tell me about that.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm so glad you said that. And actually, what that made me think of is the other thing that I think, and I'll talk about progress in a minute, but like the other thing that really gets in people's way is not like tapping into who they are and like thinking they need to ask other people for advice, or thinking that they can't like make a decision on their own because it's new. And so that's the other thing that I really love, is like helping just tap into the core and the guts of like who the person is. So then you feel so guided through your own intuition. You're not needing to like wonder like if this works or that works. And this came from me doing that. I had this one side business I did a long time ago, and I'm like, which image and which this, and I'm not, and like kind of getting stuck in that. And that doesn't like, it just doesn't work, because it's exhausting to not trust yourself, and it really messes up your like even your reason, like you're not having fun anymore because you're just in this constant indecision, of what you're doing. And so finding your voice, that's the cusp also of things that I do. And then in terms of progress, like it's so cool to take these like micro actions, right? Where it doesn't have to be these big, huge things that you're doing. You don't have to jump in the freezing water, although I do that some, not real freezing water, but sometimes I jump in because it just helps me remember that I can still go bigger. But for a lot of people, like it's just taking like the micro, step. And so through my stuff, I do dares, and it's like 3 words, I dare you. And there's like not crazy dares. They're really like simple dares, but by the end of like 14 days, or by the end of whatever it is that I'm having people do, it's always this transformation, right? Because they don't even notice what's happened, because it's in these like micro, steps. So
I love it. Let me see if my screensaver is clear. Okay, yeah. I'm like, it's always a problem to screen my screensaver. But so I created a framework. Can you see it? I created a framework for taking action, and I think they saw it.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
It's 4 simple steps, right? And it's so great. This is why we're so aligned. I love this. Because the first step is to decide. Indecision is worse than the wrong decision. Like just make a decision and pivot if you need to. Again, like if you look back at that last thing you accomplished, I tell a story all the time of when I was a high school freshman and I wanted to run the mile in 7 minutes. Like, have you ever tried to qualify for something as a kid or as an adult? And there was like metrics you had to make, right? Meet. And so the metric to getting on the varsity soccer team, among other things, was a 7-minute mile. And everyone said, I don't know if you have naysayers in your life, but like everyone said that can't be done as a freshman. There aren't freshmen on the varsity soccer team of this soccer team, because we were like a state qualifying high school soccer team, right? And there just weren't typically freshmen. The year I qualified, however, 2 of us made it. So it's like the 4-minute mile thing, right? Once somebody broke the 4-minute mile, all of a sudden everyone else started breaking it. But the point is, even though I didn't get it right the first time, and I didn't get it right the second time, and I didn't get it right the third time, I was so dang determined that in this case, my pivot looked at, oh my gosh, like peeing my pants on the track, because like that was what was in my brain. It was like so crazy, but I made it ultimately. And I just kept taking one step and one step and one step. So my framework is make a decision, take a step, and lean in. And it is true when I tell the story in a more elaborate way. I had to, the 4th time we went to the track, it wasn't like the whole team wasn't coming anymore, because the whole team went for the first time and the second time. And I don't even think the whole team went the third time, because I had to like beg. My sister was a senior, so she came, a couple of her friends came, the coach came, whatever, but that was like it. And they were like, Kristen, none of us are coming back out here for you again. They had to physically push me, like physically, one of the seniors, Leah Baxter maybe was her name, push me across the track while I was running to speed up my legs. And I had to have an accident on the track, because that was my excuse the third time. I will never forget my excuse the third time was, I have to go to the bathroom, right? And I did. I have to go to the bathroom. So yeah, it's like, how do you lean into your community? How do you lean in for help? And then even when you don't make it, even when something happens, even when things come up, you celebrate everything. Like, be celebrated. But I'm sure you have people doing the dares celebrating those micro steps along the way. It's just so important to like celebrate the day is a good day, or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, no, it's so true. And that's what I love is celebrating, and then celebrating with others, right? Like, we don't have to live in this vacuum. We could be with other people and doing it with them. And it makes it just so much more fun when you're able to do that. And it helps you take action, even more too. I love the decide thing. I think that's like, so sorry, do you mind? I think what's happening, I don't think the stream is working in the group. So I'm getting like messages from people. I think
the Facebook, we just paused for a second, because like the Facebook,
okay,
now that we have to like,
it's so annoying.
I know I've like basically given up trying. We should talk about this, because this is real. Like, this is real life.
Oh yeah, no, so real, because I have a program where I'm helping people like with their Facebook group. It has been like, I've recorded this video, that video, this video, like helping people like integrate, done one-on-ones. I have a tech person that helps. It's hard for me. And it's like, especially going into multiple groups, it's really difficult.
Yeah. I wonder if I was asking to stream this into one of my groups, and I wonder if I'm live. Like, did you have to actually click that you're going live?
Yeah, I did. I'm going to just post, because it is live on YouTube. I'm just going to share the link there in case anyone wants to join live. So let's just say
unable to connect.
Stream for the 100th time isn't working.
It's not working for me either. And
no
that's frustrating. So I'm streaming to YouTube, and I'm streaming to my LinkedIn page, but it didn't connect.
Yeah. No worries. We'll be here, and then it is on YouTube for me, so we're good. I'm just going to tell people so they know in case they want to join.
Yeah, we can hear that. We can hear the tink, the bing, bing, bing.
I know.
Bing.
I'm like, something's happening over here. I don't know what. Oh, hey, Shauna, good to see you. Okay, we must be doing it. Yeah, she's just saying it must be a Facebook issue. Going there. Yeah. All right. We're good. I'm coming back to you. So anyone that wants to watch it on YouTube.
Yeah. See, shout out to YouTube. Like, that's the play in 2024. Yeah. It really is. I mean, did you hear what I heard? Because I heard something like super video. It's crazy.
Ooh.
Should we say for the things? Yeah. So my mentor, I think you know her.
Yeah.
And so YouTube is, as we already know, the world's second largest search engine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, YouTube's like massive. And the coolest thing about YouTube is you can go back and edit photo, like the thumbnail, you can edit the description, the title. I hope they never change that, but that's been the way forever. That's why just technically you can build a YouTube without being perfect. So this is like speaks to what we're talking about, because you can just go out there and then fix it later. Or like when your audience is big enough, now pay somebody to go in and like kind of clean everything up and then relaunch everything. But that's not what I heard. I heard that YouTube is like, shout out to YouTube, that YouTube is rewarding people. And I don't mean basic people like you and me, but basic people like you and me, meaning, I don't know about you, but I am by no means a YouTube influencer. Yeah. Are you?
No.
Okay?
No.
Yeah. And so they've stripped off like certain requirements, and they're looking for people like you and me who are going live on YouTube like we are right now and streaming for, hold your breath, an hour or longer.
Oh, wow. Oh, cool.
And so it's like the play that she heard from one of her mentors. You might know him, Russell Brunson. Right? So the
Yeah.
play she heard is like, it's not just 20. I mean, 20 minutes is better than no minutes, but like without breaking your back, how many days a week can you consistently go live on YouTube for an hour or more? Because if you do that consistently, the algorithm will play in your favor and you will start to get recognized and noticed much faster than on any other platform right now.
Yeah, I think what's happening, which is good, Kristen, this is coming up, is like, here it is, like, here we are, right? And then we could like take this opportunity of this Facebook group thing, not like syncing, right? Or we could be miserable and be like all, you know, crappy pants or whatever. But as you're talking, I'm like, okay, I think I'm just gonna forget about this Facebook group streaming thing and just like take my Facebook group that already is like wanting to show up at stuff and saying, we're going to just watch it on YouTube, right? Like, so then it's like, no, so they're not even watching it there. So you guys, if you're watching this on replay, because you can't see it because it did not stream in Facebook, we're going on YouTube next time.
Yeah, because April 2024, and it is, oh, it's May now, but like less than a month ago, Facebook changed its rules. And it isn't as seamless as it was before to automatically stream in. It's not impossible to do, but even though I've done it a few times, it isn't seamless. There's always hiccups. It's really hard to see yourself. It's really hard. I don't know why they did it. I mean, I'm sure I can make a few guesses, but yeah, YouTube is the play. So like, let's just go where the party is.
We're just going to go on YouTube and have a party. Yeah, I love it. Maybe we'll do a celebration there. I feel like that could be fun. Maybe we'll bring some more people and we can play on YouTube for a little bit. And then we could all like restream on our YouTube channels because that's easy, right? We should totally do that.
Yeah. So plus on YouTube, you can upload former videos to go live. Like you can do live.
Oh, cool. Okay. I love that. I love that. Oh, here we go. YouTube is coming off better. Thank you. That's great. That's so good. Can you? Oh, Shauna, good to see you. I'm so glad.
See, this is amazing. And then here's another hack on YouTube. Like, do you do stories on your like Instagram?
I was about to say no. If I'm promoting something, I'm like a little bit better at it. But if I'm not, I'm not usually doing it. So that's a long way to say no. Yeah, not consistently.
I've been storying for years. I think because my kids are so young, my family lives in a totally different state, and it was like a connection point for us. Like my dad always says, like, I feel like you live the furthest away, but we know the most about you. And so that's just like a reason for me to do it. But I've done stories, like I do stories for my work, for my job, for other people. Okay, so YouTube has something called Shorts, right? And I think they're 60 seconds or less. And you can take, if you were doing stories, so it doesn't matter, you can take an Instagram story that you've done, because you probably, like me, save them directly to your phone, and you can just upload. So if you're not doing stories, but those of you who are, catch this tip. You can take the stories from YouTube, Instagram that you're naturally doing anyway, download them, which they're probably saving anyway to your phone, and then just upload them as a short to YouTube. Now, again, I'm like, is anybody else like an entrepreneur of one? Like, this is like, I'm like only me, right? Or do you have a team, Stacy? Do you have like
I have people on the back end helping, because there's a lot of people in the program, so they're helping with that whole stuff. Okay. So yeah, I have a couple of people that are helping me.
Yeah, they're even better. So like you don't even have to push the buttons, because I've been trying to grow my TikTok, which is a whole nother thing, but like, let's stay about talking about YouTube. But there's like, you don't have to recreate the wheel. Someone say like, stop creating the wheel.
Yeah, right? No, it's great, especially when you can like repurpose something that's already being used for something and then use it for something else. That's what I like about when I go live in my group. I can then upload it to my podcast, because it's like I get to, number one, they get to ask questions to the people that are there when Facebook did work. Now it'll be on YouTube, and then I can just re-upload it to the podcast, so that it still gets synced out to everything. So So
Yeah,
cool.
one of my shorts the other day was about like this encounter. I met a lady, my Uber. Okay, wait, you were going to ask me a question and then I'm going to tell you a story.
Yeah, no, yeah. I was just going to say, can we plant the seed? Because I think this would be fun if we like, I like to do expert panels. That's always fun for me, where we bring different people in that like have different skill sets, and then you're able to brainstorm. I think we should just plan on doing something on YouTube where we just like invite some people and have a party. Yeah.
Okay, let's have a party on YouTube. So if you want to be in our party, let us know.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a couple handfuls of people watching. So let's have a party. And let's plan it. I mean, that's the thing, right? We'll just take some imperfect action.
Yeah.
And we'll move a little bit forward and we'll celebrate the fact that we did it. And then we'll make it a little better the next time. Right.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to ask you about like I love that we're also connected from the sales background too. And I think there's something about people that have like a background in sales where you're like, okay with rejection, right? Like you're okay reaching out to people. And I don't know. I just wanted to like just open that conversation up a little, and not to scare people that don't have sales experience, because it's not about like you hardcore selling. Selling is everything, but it's like understanding those like deep core concepts and how important they are with being able to take action. Because I think that's the other thing, that gets in people's way is like that fear of rejection, and the just not realizing like sometimes it's just a numbers game, whatever it is, dating, business, whatever it is,
It's a numbers game, just like dating. Stacey Lauren said it herself. Love it. Yeah, like it is, right? So let us know in the comments if you have a sales background. Other people are celebrating the fact we're going to have a party and we're taking imperfect action. So shout out to Sarah and Val. I love that. But yeah, there are so many tactics on overcoming the fear of whatever, rejection or doing. I mean, having worked in corporate sales since 2005, but like I was in retail in college. And I tell a story in the book, Be a Better Sales Leader, how right out of college, I had a manager. I was working at Saks Fifth Avenue on Michigan Avenue in Chicago. And I had a sales manager who would be like, pick up that shirt. Like, I mean, this is the shirt. And he would stand next to me and like pick up the shirt. But is it okay if I tell you I'm the person in the entire flagship Saks Fifth Avenue store opening the most number of credit cards store-wide month after month? My name is top of our floor and it's top of our entire company. Like mega impressive, because it's a metric, if you've never worked retail, that like is really meaningful to them. How many credit cards are you opening per store, per day, per rep? And so opening credit cards has nothing to do with my work ethic of like picking up shirts and keeping the floor clean. But I tell that story not to impress people, but to impress upon them. I'm not the person they had to tell to say, pick up that shirt. But like, just do it. It would just so happen that once in a while, Israel would walk by and there's a shirt on the floor and he'd be like, pick up that. Instead of what? Leaning in and picking it up himself and like, hey, Kristen, next time you think you could, like, so many ways to skin the cat that like he didn't do, right? Yeah. And my point is, opening these credit cards, you're facing, like, Wendy's worked in retail, so she knows, you're facing massive rejection. Okay. Who else remembers Yellow Page advertising? It's the Yellow Book in the chat. I saw Yellow Page advertising as a college internship and hated it so much. What did I do right out of college? I took a job selling Yellow Book. I have no idea. It was like work at Enterprise Car Rental for like at their Managee training program. If you know, you know, or work at Yellow Book. I chose Yellow Book. And then I went to retail and then I went to like corporate sales. But it's like, no matter what you're selling, lemonade on the corner or Yellow Page advertising or credit cards, you're going to face no. And so like, how can you make it fun? Like our mentor says, like, how can you lean back and just like have fun? So much of sales, like you said, is a numbers game. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I had a whole, like the you choose thing between Enterprise and Yellow Pages. I had one where I was in college and I was either going to sell books door to door in like states that I've never been to, or what is it? Scale fish in Alaska. So I chose to sell books door to door, because when you're putting yourself through school, right, you have to do something major. And so anyway, that was like the moment that I like really learned sales and the foundational skills. But yeah, and that was part of the making it fun. Like I remember going to doors and I would sing Hakuna Matata like right in front of the door. And then we would meet. It's funny. This is I'm just remembering this now. It's interesting. I have one of my pieces of the formula, the Do the Thing formula is My People, which is like surrounding yourself with people that have a similar goal and you're like in a shared experience. And so with the selling books door to door, we had a group of us and we'd go to the Bob's Big Boy in the morning and we'd rub the Bob's belly, and like, saying, so I'm always looking for that. Even when I own my company, I would like with recruiting and things like that, we'd have a bell that we'd ring or we'd like run around the thing whenever we do something big. I'm still working. I think it's fun now, but I want to like elevate what I'm doing now to like a whole nother. I mean, obviously dares are fun and I've been doing tag in the new group. So I'm doing some fun stuff, but I feel like there could be a whole nother level that I want to take it. But yeah, I love this is coming up because I think a lot of people forget about the fun, right?
Fun. Well, Val in the comments says the key word here is fun.
Hi, Val.
So true. I mean, I'm remembering things too. Like trust me. I was one of like the #1 producers of the college Yellow Page ads. And like, other than that, we're in college. So we're meeting, and this is summer break between junior and senior year, or whatever. We're like all of age, but we're meeting for happy hour already. And we're like doing fun things together as a core group. And that also just reminded me of this framework for anybody who missed it. Like that's my 4-step. I'm going to put this actually on a website for people to download and have a screensaver of.
That's so smart. Yeah. So what's the second step? So you have decide as the first step.
Yeah. And then, and then take a step. Like literally the second step is like, take one step. Like just take a step just take a little tiny step, even if it's imperfect. And that's why the second book, the subtitle is The Perfect Framework for Taking Massive Imperfect Action. Because as I continue to coach and like work people through this action framework or anything else, we don't know what we're doing at first. But where I was going and why this makes so much sense is like steps 3 and 4 are lean in and celebrate, which are basically leaning into your community, create communities in your Facebook group, and you create communities by doing dares and playing tag. Like did you know that those are like elementary? Like what other elementary games could you come up with to incorporate? I just had that thought. Did you know that?
Yes. What's the funniest thing? So I didn't know it was coming up like naturally. And I don't remember, I see Sarah and Jamie are here and I can't remember if it was you guys that noticed it, but the acronym for the Do the Thing formula is Ein Game. And so it's literally everything I'm doing is a game if you think about it. And so now that I realized it, I've connected dots.
Red Rover.
Open. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Now it's like, what else can I do? So
green light. Tell us in the chat what other games Stacy can incorporate into her framework. Oh my gosh. It's like that show on TV that we've all watched on Netflix. Tell us in the chat, what's the show where at first it was like they killed each other, but then they actually made it a real reality show?
Oh yeah. Is it I don't know.
It's based on
Endgame, right? Isn't it Endgame? I think.
No.
Oh.
I like almost applied to be on it. Somebody tell us in the chat, what is that show? Strip poker. Oh my God. Dang, Sarah, what time is it where you are?
She's saying that because yesterday, so Sarah had her launch party for her Do It Now community yesterday, and I was one of the people on there, and it was funny. She's asking me, this is actually kind of like just a really kind of cool part to bring up because I'm really want to hear your kind of take on this. Is she was one of her questions to me was I can't remember exactly, Sarah, so feel free to put in the comments, but basically like what's something like that was really like when you thought like giving up and you were able to like work through it, And I was like, oh, it was yesterday. I was like literally yesterday. And because I'm building out this program, it's all kind of like in public and I'm kind of like working on the back end as everyone's going through it, and it's exhausting and the whole thing, whatever. I can go on and on. And so, and then you go through all those feelings that come back, right? Of the, am I good enough? Like, what, like, why are people, connecting to me, whatever, all that stuff. And so, and then the funniest part was then, I'm saying it again. Why am I saying it again? Because you guys have been traumatizing me about it. But basically, I'm like
taunting you in the chat right now. They are taunting you.
I know. I'm like, basically. So what I said was, I'm like, I am so busy. I don't even have my pants on. Like, I don't even have pants on right now. Like, I literally had and so it was just like such a funny moment, because it just shows that like, it doesn't matter. Like, we all go through these times, and then when you're wanting to level up, like, there's always this place where you're not going through this like swing, right? But when you're wanting to, like our mentor says, like, new level, new devil, like when you're wanting to go to the next level, then all of a sudden all those old things come back up. And if that means you don't have pants on, then you don't have pants on. But
okay, so they dare you to stand up, which is ironic, because you remember 20 minutes ago when I was like, I need to ask you something completely unrelated.
Yeah.
The thing was, I love your shirt. Is it a shirt or is it a dress? And so now.
Oh, it's so funny. Yeah, no, so I just have shorts on. So yeah, I'm good. That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
The shirt. She stood up. She's got on pants. Oh my gosh. I love it. Okay, Squid Games. I looked it up.
Oh, Squid Games.
You were so close with Endgame. The Squid Games.
So good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sarah, lucky day. So funny. Oh my gosh.
Wow. How do we pull that thing back?
I was just gonna say, what's so cool is, like, I realized this morning because I was promoting Sarah's launch party in one of my groups, and I'm Do the Thing, she's Do It Now, and here you are, right? Like, you're all about action, right? And I immediately got
yeah.
And so I promoted it in one of my groups, and one of my community members asked, like, how is this different, from what you do? And I thought it was really cool, because I hadn't thought yet how we were different. And we're all so different, right? With what we're doing. Like with Sarah, she's actually like a transformational coach, where she could work with someone and they can go from like here to here, right? For me, like, I don't coach people like that. I get people like just to get started, get them confident and work them through different challenges. And then they're able to, and kind of like working them through like a framework, but I'm not really considering myself a coach, right? And then with what you're doing, like, we're all like different, but we're kind of like the end thing. And I think that's really important for people to know, especially now I'm doing my new collaboration network group, is we can all work together. Like, we can all like play together, right? And that's like, it just makes it so much more, thank you, Val, fun, to be able to do that and be in the space together.
Yeah, it does. Right. I think there's so much opportunity, like abundance. Who here has an abundant mindset? Like, is it okay if we just assume that there is so much business to go around, so much money transferring hands, so many lives? Do you want me to declare the thing that I've been declaring for everyone else, like here right now?
Yeah.
This is the year that we are going to 10x our impact. 10x our impact. Like, the amount of lives that we're able to indirectly, directly, or with others help change, we're going to 10x. Somebody say 10x our impact. But not only that, because of our feelings of abundance and like the right mindset, and because like being willing and wanting to collaborate with people who run in similar circles, and like everybody has a unique spin on maybe what's the same thing, but also very different things, right? We're going to 10x our influence. So 10x our impact. Thank you so much, Val. And then the next thing is 10x. Oh, I just froze. 10x our influence. So say 10x our influence in the chat. And I know that there's a delay, so I'll give them a second to say that. Okay. Because again, let me pause there. It's the concentric circles that we touch. So your circle touches my circle, touches Sarah's circle, touches Val's circle. And even if it's all the same, it's not, because you're you and I'm me, and I'm so grateful for that. And then Sarah hit it dead on the nose. We are going to 10x our income. So that's it. You can go to milliondollarofferchallenge.com, and this isn't even a pitch. Oh, actually, I might have changed the landing page, but often it says 10x our 10x our impact, 10x our influence, and 10x our income. Because the more lives we touch, the more influence we have, the more money we will make as a result. And that is just such a beautiful feeling and sensation and like thought that like if you win, I win. Right?
I love that. It's just, it changes everything, doesn't it? Because, oh, I have a thing I show. It's like this. Oh, you saw it, I think, in Texas. But oh wait, I don't think I got to show it because I couldn't share my screen. It's like a spider web, right? And it like, or it's an opportunity. What is it? Web of opportunity. That's what I'm calling it now. But basically, like, it just shows how just even us connecting, right? Now all of a sudden we're both connecting to each other's networks, right? So now my network's your network's my network. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, Stacy, you interviewed so-and-so, on your thing. And then I'm like, Kristen, hey, do you mind connecting me to so-and-so? And it's like, all of a sudden it just explodes, right? That's how it evolves. And I think it's really important for people to realize that because there's no competition, it's just being able to like really work together and being able to co-create whatever it is you want to do in this way.
Yeah.
Win-win. I love that. Yeah.
Win-win. I love this. The engagement is off the charts right now for everybody who's watching. This is amazing. You guys are tuned in. You're dialed in. You're like on the same wavelength that me and my friend Stacy are on. And we are just getting after it because like I love it. Like it makes so much sense. I heard Eileen Wilder talk about in one of her videos, like this idea of how she gives gratitude every day. And she thinks in terms of giving gratitude toward like, her family and her friends. And then she was talking about this idea of concentric circles. And this is where I borrowed my 10X the influence from, because her gratitude is like her family, her friends, her clients, and then I think in the case of like the people that she was serving that day, for example, right? Yeah. Or no, you know what the third circle was? Oh, jackpot. It was like for the future. It was like great gratitude for the future. Someone say gratitude for the future, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, who doesn't love Eileen?
Yeah.
So that is so good. And so that's the thing, like when your world touches mine and my world touches Sarah's and Sarah's touches Val's and it all kind of goes around, then we're able to 10X our influence in the best, most positive, loving, fun way.
Yeah. Yeah. And just even thinking of like just the people here, like Jana, she's from one community that I'm a part of, Val and Sarah and Jamie are from another community. And then Wendy is from Do the Thing, like specifically like birthed out of Do the Thing. And so, they're all Do the Thing people, but as far as like the, where the starting point, but the point is it's like all of a sudden you are like weaving yourself in and we're like almost like kind of, it's like we're blending all these different communities together, which is what I really like. I think that's where that's where my focus is really starting to become, I'm realizing, is like you're taking these amazing people from these like different spaces that maybe they got attracted to the leader from that place, and then you blend them all together and it's creating this like explosive effect, that really expands.
I love it. It does. It really does create momentum. Movement creates momentum. It's kind of how we got started on this long rabbit hole, but such a good, worthwhile rabbit hole to be in because we're so good. And Jana, is it Jana? I'm taking your cue.
Thanks,
it's Jana or Jana?
Yeah, it's Jana.
Yeah. Oh my God, Sarah. You guys' comments, like that's it. I'm staying for the comments. Where's my popcorn?
That's it. Is that a bit? Is it good? Yeah. So good, Sarah. That's awesome. I love it.
What else, Stacy Lauren? I can tell you a story about Uber. This awesome, thing that happened. And we'll go back to like YouTube strategies, right? I mean, let's teach a couple tactics, but we were talking about why this is so amazing to stream to YouTube. So if you missed it, go back to the beginning. But
it all in the future. Every time we're going to go to YouTube now.
That's it. That's like, yes. Thank you, mentors. Thank you for the advice.
Exactly.
This is the platform to win on, and it works. We can see the comments. It's so great. Your channel, my channel. And so if you're into stories, and if you're not, like, it's super easy to practice and fail forward. This whole concept of like deciding, okay, everybody who's going to decide, right? Let's dare them. Stacy, let's combine our two worlds and dare them to decide right now that they're going to create Instagram stories. And you're like, what does that have to do with YouTube? Because I'm going to tell you, it's like Instagram is probably tethered to your Facebook, so it's going to stream to both. Stories are meant to be like 30 to 60 seconds long, and they're just like you holding your phone like this and like saying something amazing about your day, right? Make it personable, and they don't live longer than 24 hours, but yes, you should hook it up so it's, kind of stays on your camera roll at the end of it, right? It like downloads automatically, but it'll allow you to like lean in and challenge yourself, dare yourself to do something maybe outside of your comfort zone. Like, is it okay if we like work a little bit out of our comfort zone? And they are like laughing in the chat. So that is funny. Like, recognize what's happening in the chat, but like, oh, I still have this other comment showing. Sarah says, stream.
There's just like, you're just like going on.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay. So here is the hack, right? You're going to take your Instagram story, and like, not every story, but like once in a while, you're going to take that Instagram story that downloaded so perfectly. And here's what happened. I'm sitting at the airport after Houston. It's 6 a.m. Like, literally it said 6 a.m. on my story, because you can like add that kind of stuff. And I was like, you guys will never guess what happened. I'm in my Uber, and I'm obviously not wanting to talk to anybody. It's 6 a.m. and 4 a.m. where I live, right? And the lady driving clearly wanted to have a conversation. So I was like, okay, maybe she, whatever. Fine. Yes, universe, I hear you. Hey, I'm like, hey, like, what do you do? And so she's telling me what she does. And is it okay if I tell you real quick?
Yeah.
So as I introduced myself at the beginning of this, I'm like, I help entrepreneurs avoid burnout. I help them lean into all these amazing offers that they're already creating and restack them and like make them add more value and like sell them at a higher ticket price in a one-to-many setting. And so she doesn't know this. So she's telling me I help seniors in high school get into college. I'm like, cool. She just keeps talking and talking. So 20 minutes, 15 minutes to the airport, she's telling me all about her. Okay. And I'm like, how much do you charge? Do you own your own business? Like, I'm fascinated. I have two nieces going into college. So, and I'm like, holy cow, for those of us born in the 80s and who went to college in like the late 90s, early 2000s, like the college administration process is nothing as easy as that was then. Now it is like hundreds of hoops to jump through. So I'm fascinated. She's telling me 5 minutes, we're pulling into the airport. I'm like, do you want to know what I do? She's like, sure. I'm like, I work with business owners like yourself who have a $5,000 to $7,000 offer, and I help you add more value in it, repackage it, and sell it for more money. She is like, what? And so it's so amazing that I use the opportunity to actually not make it about myself, not be tired like I thought I was, like listen to what the universe wanted me to do. And she was like, well, she hugged me when I got out of the Uber, and she registered for my masterclass, and I was texting her last week. It's so amazing.
Yeah, it's so cool. I know this is like the other place we connect where it's this like relational place, right? I think so many people are just like waiting for the algorithm to pick up whatever it is they're wanting to do. And while that's great to like do and play with, and we're talking about YouTube and all these Instagram and things, and that's fine. But where it begins, right, is this like relational place, which is just talking to someone. And so I really do. I've noticed that about you. And that is, I think, another reason why, like, why I was excited to come on here. And so here's my question though. Do you mind if I ask you a question? Because
no, and then I'm going to bring it home. There is a point to that story, and I'm going to tell it. So yes, it's about YouTube. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's just that. So I I recorded a summary of that story.
Oh, yeah.
In
Okay.
less than 60 seconds. Sorry, there's like, can you hear that?
Yeah, it's okay. It's not that loud. Yeah.
Like, my gardener is like on the house, like, okay, he's gone. I took that story and in less than 60 seconds, I told it in a story because this is what I do. And it's saved to my phone and I uploaded it to YouTube and it automatically, videos less than a minute will automatically upload as a YouTube short. That YouTube short, you can check out my page, The Confident Leadership or Confident Leadership or Kristen Gutierrez, or it's probably linked here, right? That short has over 1,000 views.
Wow.
For me on YouTube, like that's a big deal because some of my other shorts, I have like 8 shorts. So again, I should do more. One short has like 4 views. A couple shorts have like 200, 400 views. That one was nothing different. The captions were automatically generated from Instagram. So it's my point earlier is like, if I dare you to lean in, to take an imperfect step, to decide you're going to do something as silly as Instagram stories, how you, without a team, can simply take that content and in less time than it takes you to go to the bathroom, which we're all taking our phones to the bathroom anyway, right? You can upload it to YouTube and your YouTube can start to grow. You can build know, like, and trust with other people on YouTube because you have these miniature stories.
Yeah. Okay. So let me make sure I'm hearing you right because I'm really excited. We're about to give a dare, like a dare. So let's just pretend that I dared everyone here to reflect on whatever they got. It doesn't have to be us specifically, but just whatever takeaway that they're wanting to share. And they would just record a video right on Instagram, and then they would then upload that to their story, and then they would download it to their phone and then upload it to YouTube. It just has to be. Is that right?
But because we all love automations, you can go into the back end of your Instagram and just set it so every story automatically saves to your camera roll. So you don't have to do anything different.
Okay.
Literally, I'm gonna go live on my Instagram.
Right, everyone do this.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, watch. I'm going to story.
Hi.
Oh, wait, hold on. Just bear with me. We're actually going to do the thing, right?
We're going to do the thing. I love this. This is so good.
Hi. All right. What's up? I'm in this super incredible, awesome training video chat conversation with my friend Stacy Lauren right now. We're streaming on YouTube and we are daring everybody to record an Instagram story, set up your automation on Instagram so that this story automatically downloads to your camera roll. And I'm going to show them after I'm done with this. And then upload it to YouTube as a YouTube short. Is it okay with you if I just go ahead and do that real quick? Thanks for being here. Stacy, what's your Instagram name?
Oh, Do the Thing Formula.
Do the Thing Formula. Follow her on Instagram. All right. See you guys. Okay. So hold on. I'm going to tag you real quick. Do the Thing.
Okay.
The Thing Formula. Okay.
You guys up for this dare? What do you guys think? Do you feel like you're going to be able to do this? We're just recording just a simple whatever. It could be a reflection. It could be a takeaway. It could be just something like action. Let's take action. And then we're going to try it. It's going to be messy. And because I actually don't even know Instagram that well. So this is going to be kind of, although I hear my daughter is home, so I might be begging her for some help. But basically, that's what I'm going to plan to do is just go in there, do it, and then get it into YouTube after. So I'm imagining you're going to show us too, which is great.
Yes, I'm going to show you. Okay. So it's uploading. Sometimes it just takes a minute to upload. So let's talk through it because I'm going to leave it here until it uploads. I won't be able to get it off my camera. It's uploading right now. I think 100% as long as we include the hashtag cool pants optional. Oh, you guys. That is Stacy's new, oh my gosh, her new hashtag. You'll just never, ever live that thing down.
I'm never going to live it down. Yeah.
Okay. Just got to give my phone a minute. It doesn't normally take this long, but it is, and we're going to wait.
Yeah. Can you talk me through what you're doing now? So you just recorded a video, but it was through Instagram. And then so you did it through Instagram under like story.
Yeah. So at the bottom of your Instagram, instead of post, there's an option, post, story, reel, or something else.
Yeah.
You want to do it on a story.
Story. Okay.
Because the stories are organic. And you know the other hack, we're talking about YouTube here, but the hack on TikTok is to show up messy and authentically like you. I've got a girlfriend, her name is Dr. Mo. I talk about her all the time. She's got like 40,000 followers on TikTok. She's a former ER doc who leaned into her purpose, launched her own business, and is scaling it. And somebody had told her, you can find so many clients. It's like one-to-one clients, but also like coach, train the trainer. So she does both. Yeah. And literally, like she told me, she makes so much of her income now from TikTok. And she just shows up messy bun, having just worked out day in and day out, day in and day out. Okay.
I love that.
So that is why you want to do a story and not a reel. What's that?
Yeah. Okay. That's fun. Yeah.
Okay. So then I'm going to show you on my camera roll right here, like right here, the video already downloaded.
Okay.
I mean, it's good that you can't like see what's on my camera. So now I'm going to open up the YouTube app. Okay. And because I'm logged in, so like on the plus button right there, I'm gonna push the plus button, and it brings me to the screen. I know it's like a reflection, and it says add on the left, and I'm literally just gonna add my 40-second video.
All right, what's up? Okay, perfect.
Okay, so now it's gonna add for a few seconds, and it's just like if you are on. So now it's saying I have a few more seconds to record if I want.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hit yes. I'm gonna hit next. Okay, and it's imperfect. This is the point.
Oh, I have an idea. Okay, so exactly, this is it. And now what we could do, tell everyone your YouTube channel in case it's not synced too for anyone. Yeah.
Confident leadership.
Okay, so you guys, after so basically you're going to do the dare, which is like take away whatever coming up for you, whatever that is. It could be anything. Under a minute, you're going to do it as a story. It's going to then go on YouTube. Then you're going to take that link and then put a comment on Kristen's YouTube channel with your link. And then we'll all go to your link and we'll all like do something. We'll play something. So if like all of you have your links in Kristen's YouTube with your short, then we'll be able to like just kind of like give it some energy, right?
Yes. Yes.
There you go. We're doing the thing, Kristen.
We're doing it. I'm just titling it real quick.
Okay, great.
I'm
they could
titling
go to that video. Yeah, they could go to that video. Yeah, whatever. However, wherever you go. Yeah, do you want them to go to that video and leave a comment there?
Yeah, wherever. We'll find it. Like, listen, guys, can I be honest with you? I need some love on my YouTube. I got proudly 143 subscribers, although this morning I had 144. So somebody unsubscribe. But I'm like, I fully believe when somebody tells you, somebody that's 1 step, 2 steps, 10 steps ahead of you, like, is it okay if we just go ahead and listen and don't try to recreate the wheel? Like, I don't need to like run my own plays. I just want to run the play that's already proven to work.
Yeah.
Yes. And so she said, go to YouTube, because her mentor said, go to YouTube. And so here we are showing up on YouTube. You've completely revolutionized your entire Facebook Live group strategy on the spot.
On this live, this is the moment where like literally, because it's going to extend to all the Audience Accelerator members too. So, and the Do the community, because at this point I'm like, okay, we got to do a YouTube live challenge or something. So yeah.
And so then there it is at the top of my shorts.
Okay, great.
And here's that one. That one now has 1.9 thousand views.
Wow,
the
that's
story of me telling my phone at 6 a.m. about this Uber serendipitous.
Yeah.
Whoever said serendipity in the chat, she too was like, there are no accidental moments. Everything happens for a reason. Yeah. And it was amazing. If anything else, it gave me the confidence and the conviction that I was on the right path. Totally. Like, that gives me the chills. Like, isn't that sometimes all we need is like celebrate the little wins along the way?
Yeah. And it's like, you said it earlier where I think we can take a minute here, because if we have like too much stuff going on in our head, right, where we're wondering like all these things, or, like, your mind's not open to it, you're going to miss that opportunity, right? When you're in the car with the person and you're just going to like go knee deep and not pay attention, or maybe be on your phone, right? But you like took it as a moment to like listen, talk to her, and then take the extra steps. So yeah, I love that.
I was celebrating myself. So again, the 4-step action framework, and I'm going to put this on a landing page. It's going to be so ninja. So you can have a framework, and then somebody else. So, I'll know what LFG means. And I was accidentally coined the LFG queen in so many other communities because I just take all this action. And then I'm so lucky. My mentor was like, put it into a framework, teach others how to do it. But a different mentor then said, but what could LFG stand for otherwise?
Mm-hmm.
And like on the spot came up with laser focused growth.
Oh, I love that. That's so good. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. So good. Yes.
Now we're going to like rename LFG. Obviously, it has a bit of a negative connotation if you've got kiddos around and whatever. So now we've officially renamed it to be laser focused growth.
I love that. That's so good.
This is the 4 simple step framework. And it's like, celebrate everything. So like celebrate the win that I didn't choose being too tired at 6 a.m. to like have this amazing conversation that either, I can help her. I've already helped her. I've already given her the idea that like she could charge more and how that would look like in a 2-minute.
Yeah. Regardless of what happens, you've already given her a gift, and you've like validated her idea, right? Where she felt seen by it. So it's like, yeah, I mean, that changed her whole probably mindset that day or longer,
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm so stoked on that. Oh my gosh, this has been so fun.
I love it. Yeah. Oh, can I ask my question though? Because I really want to know. Is it okay? Okay. So I was curious. You talked about the Uber driver. So one of the things I did this, I don't know if you saw it. I did this Money Grows on Trees dare, where like showing people that money does grow on trees, but like you have to actually take the action in order for it to grow on trees. You have to believe it does, but then you also have to take the action for it too. So if you go to like 100 people, right, of like whatever it is, that thing that you want to do, and you're talking to them about what you're doing, like money literally does grow on trees. What is like a fun game that you could do to like get through those numbers, like with I would do like tick marks or something, because you're not focusing on the 10 people that say yes, or however many. You're focusing on the 100 people like you're talking to, just like the Uber driver. It's a good example,
Well, so in my shiny object chasing days, I was very convinced I was going to be the next MLM, network marketing, like superstar, right? And I was like a Beachbody fanatic for years, and it wasn't meant for me, but I had fun. I met tons of amazing people. And in that process, I learned about this book called Go for No. Oh. And it's a book by Andrea Walt and Richard Fenton. So I just looked it up. Okay. Go for No. But the sum of it is in terms of how to gamify like 100. So you go for 100 no's. Yeah. And right then and there, I've just flipped the script. One thing I love to do is reverse engineer everything. Someone say reverse engineer. And so instead of going for the 10 yeses, what did we just do? We tricked our brain to go for the no's. So go for 100 no's.
Yeah.
It's like.
And so what do you think? Yeah. So what do you think would be helpful for someone for the 100 no's to like get through that? So they know, like, do you think there'd be something fun that you could add that would just be like, oh my gosh, yay, I got another no. I'm so excited.
Well, I think that we do where this concept of lean in, which you and I both have, we just call it something different.
Yeah.
Who are you texting? Who are you in a WhatsApp group with? Who are you checking in with? Because like ticks might work for me, and like something else might work for you. It's more of like, I think it's as a sales leader for years and as a salesperson, what intrinsically motivates me for you and I to both be action-oriented superstars. Your intrinsic motivations are different than mine. Yours might be, I'm going to have an ice cream cone at the end of the night. That might be mine. And like,
how did you know that? Wait, there's a story there. Oh my God.
And like mine might be like tick marks, but it's more important right now. We're both going for no's. And then I would push it back to like the lean in part of it. So decide you're going to go for those, take one step, make that one phone call, send that one voice memo, do the one outreach, and then turn 1 into 100 and lean into your community and like the ring the bell, because that's how we bring that back. Like I haven't worked in a corporate office since 2008. And I've worked from my industry that I used to work in for the translation industry that I worked like 18 years in. As salespeople, we've always worked from home. So COVID didn't change anything for us. I've always worked from home. But yet in a sales floor, in a sales environment, in a sales this, they've got bells and they've got like happy hours and it's like a work hard, play hard environment, right? So I've been involved in there and I've seen it. I mean, like Wolf of Wall Street is real, you know? And so, but like, how do you manufacture that when right now so many are like forever now, like so many of us just work from home. So I think it's less about the measure of the motivation, the intrinsic thing. And it's more about have the goal and then have a community to lean into to check in. And like yours might be ice cream and mine might be ticks. Or I mean, I might, you know, it's like, do you take electronic notes or do you take written notes? I take both because I'm like psycho.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would force you to take electronic notes. If you're a physical note person, we can change people's beliefs. But like this type of stuff, like this doesn't move the needle. Moving the needle is getting the 100 no's. And then having this community to check into.
Oh, good. That's great. I love that. That's so great.
All right. Who's still watching? Do you guys have any questions? Oh my gosh. Did you see this comment? This is so good because Stacy compared it to dating like 20 minutes ago.
It's true though. But here's the secret though. You have to have fun and like be curious about it. So like with each no you get, you can't be like, oh, I got another no. You got to be like, yes, you know, I'm learning something, or like I'm, you know, 84 away, you know, from like whatever it is I want. And so as long as you're doing that, it literally, like, that's why I say money grows on trees, love grows on trees. No, I'm not saying that, but like there's like so much there that that I think is just really exciting. And I would love to, I mean, this is at some point would be really fun to do some kind of like 100 strategy, you know, where you're like going after the 100, whatever it is, and then like kind of measuring it that way. You know, I feel like.
Well, that's another strategy. I don't know if it's Russell Brunson or Alex Hormozy, but like this, and maybe it's a lot of people, they talk about the dream 100. And so I think that's it. Like sometimes it's quantity or quality in sales always. And there's, depending on what you're selling and how you're selling it, I'm going to argue that there's no right or wrong answer. I was groomed as a quality over quantity sales rep. And I was hunting multi-million-dollar language translation programs. And I was being groomed in my early infancy days in 2005, a year out of college, by the best of the best, still to this day, 20 years later in the industry. And they taught me how to, you can't transactionally hunt a multi-million-dollar program. You can't just make thousands of phone calls and send thousands of emails and hope that you throw something at the wall and hope that it sticks. Right. Depending on what you're selling, though, depending on your core internal ethos, I have seen over my career, no matter what you're selling, like you can do quantity over quality, or you can do quality over whatever. You do one or the other, right? Yeah. And like your dream 100 is a quality approach, but you gotta get comfortable enough being uncomfortable until you're gonna start hitting your 100, because you have sometimes one chance to make an impression. And if you go after your 100 with bad messaging or with like me stuff instead of you, and like, you know, it has to be what's in it for them and da. You have to layer that all in. You have to make it sound authentic, or you're sending a voice memo or an email or this or that. That's where I realized, Stacy, can I tell you? Like, I didn't want to be, when I lost my job, April 17th, 2023, I turned what happened to me into what happened for me by monetizing my sales expertise. And I created, thanks to my mentors, a strategy of hosting a free hour-long masterclass and funneling it into B2B consulting business clients, and then ultimately some B2B coaching clients. And it worked. And then I tell this other story about how I got burnt out and shoving a round peg in a square hole and yada, yada, yada. And I didn't want to be known as like the sales queen, didn't want to be training corporate salespeople. But I had an epiphany not too long before Houston that I can share my sales expertise, all this knowledge I have combined with my LFG stuff and yada, 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 to inspire and give these tactics to entrepreneurs. Because so many, let us know in the chat, so many entrepreneurs are not salespeople. We're like accidental salespeople. All of a sudden, we're purposeful or passionate or whatever. We've got a product or a service, and now we're doing the thing. So clear.
Yeah.
We're doing the thing, and we're all of a sudden selling. But if we don't have like a baseline of like how not to be the used car sales guy, or they're still asking what LFG stands for. We're going to have to clarify that. But my point is, like, I realized that this is a gift I have, because I could just, I don't know if you were noticing, I could just like rattle off strategy after strategy.
Great. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, I love it. I'm gonna read that book too, because I do like I definitely, this is kind of like still a piece I'm still working on, is that 100, like getting people to understand the no's, are good. Because I think once I can get that to tap in and there could be more play around it, I mean, it's gonna like explode. And it's not even selling, it's just talking to people, because it's collaboration partners, it's JVs, it's people. It's not like even like you're selling, you're just like inviting them into something free. So anyway, that's just something.
Yeah. And like, I'll tell you one, like, have you been in, let's wrap up, but question, have you been in network marketing or MLM?
I was when I was in college. Yeah, Equinox. I don't know if you heard of them, but yeah, just for like 6 months.
Yeah, because sometimes I catch myself today, and there's nothing like God love network marketing. There is nothing wrong with my network marketing homies and all of those businesses. Like, mega corporations are stacked like a network marketing company, and they just don't talk about it that way. So this is nothing against that, but it's so often inviting to an opportunity.
Yeah.
Get it? I say it sometimes, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
Because how does it make the other person feel? Less about like, what does it make me feel like? And so it's just learning the right language for the right audience, for the right reason, and like speaking in words that mean something to them, even if that is inviting you to this opportunity.
Yeah, I have my last thing. I have a good strategy for that. Just so you know, it's so fun. So it's just like opening your email and seeing who emails you, because we're on all these lists, and we bought all this stuff, and then picking one of those emails of someone that's in your market, like of what your offer is, and then either reaching out to that person or joining their community and giving value, and then they end up joining your whatever it is you're doing. But anyway, that I didn't have that till someone in my program, she had said the network marketing thing, and then I was like, how do I make this easier? And so that's another, anyway, that's just kind of a fun thing, because we already have it. It's like literally in our email, we've already been buying the stuff. That's how we ended up learning the thing we learned, and now we can collaborate with them. It's kind of cool.
That is ninja genius, because it's like, you're using their words, not on them or back at them, but like, you have to speak the language of your customer. Like, that's a thing. And they're going to tell you how. It's like also modeling. It's not called modeling, but it's like mirroring. It's called mirroring in dating or in relationships or in partnerships like this. It's like, you play with your hands. I naturally play with my hands, but like, maybe you're doing it more. Maybe I'm doing it. Maybe we're causing each other to do it more, but like, you're mirroring the other person. In sales, you do the same. And that is both verbal and non-verbal. So yes, I think Sage is Sarah. I'm not sure. I think I saw her transform, but either way, yes, LFG stands for Let's Effing Go. So this is like a thing. Good job. Google it. GTS. Now do you know what GTS stands for? Because next time I'm just going to say GTS. It means Google that at.
Oh my gosh. Okay, remember, do the dare. We dare you. Dare. I can't wait to see them. I think it'll be really fun.
Again, and then we'll wrap up with that.
Yeah.
Tell us what the dare is.
No, the dare is do the I dare you. I'll do it the way I do it. I dare you. Go to your Instagram story, record a story for under a minute, and then take that video and upload it to your YouTube, and it just has to be under a minute. And then, last step is then take that link and then put it in a comment on Kristen's video. Why don't you just put it on this video just so it's easier for everyone to know? And then whoever has a comment on Kristen's video will like give your YouTube, because I think everyone wants some love on their YouTube. We'll all give love to that YouTube channel. And
yeah, let's start a YouTube follow chain.
Yeah, follow chain. Yeah, exactly. There we go. We're doing the thing.
Okay, I love it. Stacey, this was so fun.
It was really fun. Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, thank you guys for joining. This was so cool to see you here. Sarah was verifying that she's a different Sarah than the other Sarah, just so you know.
So they're both named Sarah. Like Sarah is clearly named Sarah, but the other one is also named
Sarah, no H, and then Sarah with an H.
Also known as Sage, right? Okay. I love this. You guys made this so amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Like, as my 5-year-old says, who has also started a YouTube channel now, Super Crafts by Gibby. Like and subscribe to everyone's channels, and YouTube is where the party's at. We're going to have an expert panel, and let's go. Right?
It's going to be called, like, I don't know what it is, expert panel. Like, literally, I'm just telling you right now. That's what it's going to be called. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Yeah.
All right. I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.